You've tuned in to the Top 10 Gardener with garden expert Ken Lain. Join him daily as he answers timely garden questions that are sure to make a difference in your gardens. Now welcome your host, Ken Lain.
And we're back with Lisa Waters-Lane, her segment, her section, her just garden inspiration, just another perspective of gardening. Lisa just puts her garden hat on, her garden gloves. Just love gardeners, those bright hats and those bright gloves. It just screams gardeners.
It does.
So anyway, we're out there and gardening, and she just has a good perspective and decades and decades and decades of experience. Just kidding. You're still young and vibrant in my world.
Sure.
37 years. We've been married 37, and we dated 5 years through college. It took me a long time to get through college. So 5 years instead of so many kids now. I graduated in 2 years, got my doctorate. That was not me.
It's not fair. I mean, back when we were in high school, you didn't take college classes.
That's true.
I mean, we were free to be kids.
And we didn't have the scholarship programs. The families weren't as rich. I mean, we had to pay our own way.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have 529 plans and our grandparents, our kids' grandparents helped pay for theirs because they came into money and they just helped. And it was a huge blessing to our kids. So they all graduated from college without debt and they had a car. And now go and launch and be free. That's all you need from
and don't
us.
Come back.
Yeah, don't come back. I find that doesn't work as well. They don't listen so much. Call it when they first launch. It's called a soft launch. They go, and then they come back for a little bit and go kind of reset, and they go again. They go out farther, and then find that third launch. They are on their own. Mm-hmm. You don't see them as much.
True, very true.
It's kind of fun. Megan's coming home this weekend, so that'll be kind of one of the kids are coming home to visit. Hasn't been home in couple of years. So
now it's like, ooh, what are we going to do?
I
brought a bunch of plants home to plant.
I got a rental. I got to paint out Prescott Valley. Have her put
her to work. She will never come home again.
That's right. That will keep her from getting back. Right. Gardening. That's enough. 2 minutes of diatribe.
So speaking of plants to plant, so I brought in for the visual people who are watching.
Candy Tuft.
I brought in Candy Tuft. So Candy Tuft is a great.
Actually, not showing that it was too white. The lighting's it's so white the camera can't even focus on it. It's like we need a white balance or something.
It's beautiful. A wonderful, actually, evergreen perennial.
Yeah.
Excellent for those rock gardens, those areas out there. Containers. We've had it in containers. We've had it
in the ground. It's a true native. You'll see it floating out there in the rock piles. You'll see this pretty white plant. Mm-hmm. That's it. Candy Tuft.
It's a spring bloomer, but it is a very long spring bloomer. Yeah. So I would say almost till like May.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to summer. It's in the entire spring season, Candy Tuft will be in bloom. And then it's got this beautiful green, just mounding kind of 8 inches, 12 inches tall. It's beautiful. Every garden should have a Candy Tuft perennial. Every year it comes back and does this without trying.
Right. Super easy to grow. If you think you have black thumbs, Candy Tuft is a great plant for you.
Sun.
Right.
Not sun, but like full sun, like radiant sun.
So it's another one of those, and probably people get tired of hearing us say this, but we have it now.
Yeah.
3 weeks from now, we're not going to have it because you get grows coming in. So it's available now. We've got it now. It's not one we carry year round.
Nope.
But now is the time to get it. It is
we grow a couple hundred of them, and then when that's gone, that is it. That's all you get. And that seems like there's a lot, but we're going to have like 30,000 plus customers come through. That's really not very much. So all the gardeners will begin going, I want something in bloom. Right. What can I have? And every cart will have one.
I can't tell you. Every year people come in and go, I want that white flower. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Should have been in 2 weeks ago.
But it wasn't Mother's Day. Well, this blooms way earlier. This blooms when it's still frosty and cold at night. That's why it blooms so long. Because it doesn't get vaporized by the sun.
By the heat. Definitely. So, and another new one that we got in. Now, I've not seen this before, and I'm going to take it home and try it because being a gardener, you got to try all the new stuff, right?
And you've got free labor coming.
So some people might be familiar with this. I truly was not. It's called a Turan Deep Red Saxifrage.
What? Say it
I don't
again
know.
real fast.
I can't. So they call it an alpine plant. So another one that's perfect for
Yeah,
our
like
area.
heather.
It's going to be a spring bloomer. They call it a long. So it's going to spring into early summer. So probably middle May, early May.
Same time as candy tuft. In
tuft.
fact, they go together really well.
So it looks really pretty. I want to try it because I want to see how it does. But it also comes in, I think there's 2 different colors, maybe 3. So really pretty, something fun to try if you haven't. If all you gardeners that are like, oh, I've seen it, I've done it, I've been there.
Look how good they look together. Those of you on the podcast, you get it. So those of you just driving down, going to Costco, you should pull your phone out and take a look at. No, it's pretty. They're beautiful. It looks like a candy tuft, only in red. So it's got the same mounding pattern. You cannot see the foliage. It is covered in red flowers with a red stamen, red center of the flower, yellow center, but red flowers.
And this one says it's an evergreen as well. So probably very similar to the candy tuft. So definitely going to try it in my yard. Going to try it in a couple different spaces, see which one it likes best. But for those of you that like to try new things, come on down.
Alpine plants. We are alpine. We're just below the tree. We still have trees. So we're not truly alpine, but those kind of plants love growing here. So it's a great choice and both of them are about $20. I think, what is this? Not Dusty Miller. Candy tuft, Iris is $19.99. This one's $21. So $20 for beautiful, stunning flower.
It comes back year after year after year.
Yeah, that blooms for like 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah, definitely. So those were just show and tell. So what I wanted to talk about is some of the new spring flowering trees that we've gotten in that we haven't carried before. So there again, some of you people that want to try something different, we probably got it for you.
I want something more fabulous, and I want it to glow in the dark.
There you go. So crab apples do fabulous here. If you want a spring flowering tree that's just gorgeous and tough as nails, crab apple is definitely the one. But we did get a couple of new ones. One is called Prairie Rose. So it's a double pink blossom.
Nice.
Gorgeous. It's not going to have any fruit. It's sterile. So no fruit on there to worry about. It's going to get about 18 by 20 tall and wide. So a nice canopy little tree size there for you. Yeah. And it puts on a yellow fall color.
Oh, that's pretty.
So it's nice. You're kind of getting some seasonality out of that. Yeah. And you're not having to worry about the fruit.
Prairie Rose.
Prairie Rose. The other one is Sparkling Sprite. This one's smaller, definitely. It's like a 12 by 12.
Oh, nice.
And I think it would do fabulous in containers, great patio tree. So it has a white blossom. The thing about it is it does produce a crab apple, but it's like an ornamental type thing. So it's going to be late summer. It'll put this fruit on. It'll be a yellow color. It's going to turn a dark orange in fall and winter. So you'll have that little crab apple on there after the blossoms or the leaves fade. It'll give you some interest out there with that fruit kind of hanging on there.
So the fruit size, is that like
it's
marble
small.
size?
Yeah,
or like a marble? Not a shooter, not a keeper, but I don't know my marbles.
Sure. Yeah, whatever. But great for just winter interests. That's always something we're looking for. Spring snow, which I think is its second year, but actually a really cool, it's about a 20 by 20 white blossoms. No, it's sterile as well. But beautiful. My gosh, when it is in bloom, it is a showstopper.
Crab apples, I think, have the brightest of all the flower colors of all the bloomers. From crab apples or redbuds to robinias they just have something about them. It's so intense, including the white. It's not just white; it's intense, pure. Yeah, like purer than bridal white. It's gorgeous.
Very, very pretty. So flowering cherries, which is another group that does fabulous here. We have one called First Blush. This one's a new one. It's a 25 by 12. So kind of tall and narrow. So another great for yards.
Street tree. Yeah. Driveway tree.
Right. Has pink blossoms on it. It has a narrow oval leaf. But the great thing about this tree is it gives you a fall color. So you're going to get some orange and red in the fall.
Oh, nice.
So it's another one of those multi-season trees that I just think are fabulous. So
and
that
you're out of time, so I got to close it out. So I know you got to keep now's the time to start seeing the trees are blooming here at the garden center. You can come and see and smell and touch and feel the trees of your choice. And then trees, they call to you. So they're actually personalities. They've got feelings to them and they want to go home with you. They're kind of like puppy dogs. If you're a gardener, you know how to listen to their barking or their meowing, but they want to go home. Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back.
Water's Garden companion plants of the month are lilac, poppy, columbine, and our purple twist plum.
This Arizona plum is the ideal purple tree between evergreens.
Blooms in a profusion of pink flowers that precede the deep purple foliage.
Large enough to use as a front yard tree and behaved enough to use as a street tree.
Plant pairs flanking gateways, driveways, or an orchard-like rows to screen neighbors.
Purple twist plum can only be found at Water's Garden Center in Prescott.
You're listening to garden expert Ken Lain, owner of Water's Garden Center in Prescott. Look for more tips, tricks, and garden shortcuts through Ken's website. Additional shows of this podcast, read his weekly garden column, or follow him on Facebook, Instagram at watersgardencenter.com. That's Waters with 2 T's, gardencenter.com.